I have another viewer question. A viewer asks, what do I think about the Black Lives Matter movement? As opposed to All Lives Matter? Well, let's examine both phrases. Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. Well, Black lives are a particular type of all lives. Wouldn't it be considered? Or wouldn't that be logically derived to be the conclusion? So aren't all lives matter and Black Lives Matter kind of in unison? But purple, people who say all lives matter are not necessarily in support of Black Lives Matter, and vice versa. So how can you get to the point of they're all unison when the two groups who support it see it differently? Simple. The two groups who are arguing, well, one is arguing a question or a point to counter the original point or question. And the reason one group is doing that is because they're being disingenuous. The reason the other group has a problem with that group is because they know that they're being disingenuous. So it's not the case that the two things are not in unison. It's that the motives and methods that are being used by those two particular slogans. One is being used as a way to dismiss the other. And that is the grievance and the crime. You see, but of course, Black Lives Matter and all lives, of course, matter. But we know that Black Lives Matter nor all lives matter are truly the case. And both are slogans that both sides know are neither the case. So why the sloganeering now, you ask? Well, sloganeerings usually come prior to a campaign. And you say, but at Purple, what campaign? Well, you see, there's two campaigns. One campaign states that Black people, Blackness, anything derived of Black is inferior, and it should be quashed. It should be removed. The other party argues that shouldn't be the case. There is nothing superior or inferior. We're all equals. We all should get along. And both parties or tribes or ideologies or philosophies, however you regard it, however you call it, are in a perpetual and constant war with one another on this planet. Happened for, going back to the beginning of the foundation of the planet. And now this war is nothing new. And it gets stale, boring, old, hot, cold, lukewarm, well done, medium rare. At times it ebbs and flows. Now we just so happen to be at one of those pinnacle times where it's ebbed again because of a global coronavirus pandemic. Now, what becomes of this hot, bubbled surface war? Well, there's crazy people, like I was telling you, who are doing crazy things. And the abnormal people, well, they're behaving like they're normal, but they're abnormal. We all know. So what would I say to do. I told you, behave abnormally, like you're normal. So, I guess to answer your question, do Black Lives Matter? Of course. They always have, and they always will. And the central question is not, do all lives matter? We know the answer to that is unequivocally, they don't. Because all lives can never matter until Black lives begin to matter. Because they encompass all lives. Okay? So, in order to argue a disingenuous slogan, you must first demand and prove that it is an irrelevant, disingenuous slogan to begin with, created at the onset to diminish the slogan that was in genuine good faith. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? That's the law of the universe. It's not the Purple Owl's law. That's not Donald Trump's law. That's not Christianity's law. That's not Judaism's law. That's not Islam's law. That's not the Nazi Party's law. That's not the Democratic Party's law. That is the universe's law that we operate under. And so you see, the reaction was bound to occur. And I have no way of knowing how. Well, I'm a wise old owl, so I do know how it's going to end. But that's not for me to tell. That's for you all to determine. Thank you very much. I appreciate your viewer question. As always, Black Lives Matter. And all lives, well, they certainly matter. But they have never mattered. And I wish to goodness that they would begin to matter.